Hello and welcome to my channel, Heartfelt Crochets by Darlene. Today I want to share with you 3 hacks that you hardly ever hear about. There are a lot of videos out there on different tips, different crochet hacks. I myself have put out a few videos on different crochet tips and hacks, but there are 3 that I haven't covered. And you hardly ever hear of them. They're actually very common. I discovered them as I was crocheting along, and it's like, oh, let me write that down. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think anybody ever talks about that one. That's good to know. I wonder if my viewers know this. So that's what I'm going to cover today. The 3 hacks that I don't think that are discussed, and if they are, it's not very often. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with these 3 hacks. The very first one is going to be about when you're making like little eyelashes, or when you're making like the line under the nose of a dog. But today we're going to do the eyelashes. Normally, you would insert your eyes, put the backings on, continue with your project, and then at the very last of your project, the last thing that you're going to do is embroider the things that you need on the face, like the eyelashes and the smile and the eyebrows and so forth. Let me show you what sometimes, most likely, most of the time, happens when you do it that way. Okay, so these eyes aren't secure, but we're going to pretend that they are. Okay, and then we would come in to where we would want to start that eyelash. And already you can see. Okay, let's try to get a little closer. Okay, and then we'll come over here and come down just a little bit. And then we'll come over here. Okay, so what we can see happening is that it doesn't get totally underneath the eye because we're bumping in to the stem of the eye, right? Okay, so this is what I discovered. Okay, so we're going to pull that out. Okay. So let's say that you are in the middle of making your project and it is time that the pattern calls for you to insert your safety eyes before you crochet any further into the pattern. Before you insert those safety eyes, figure out where you want it. Okay. And then go ahead and with your embroidering yarn or thread, take that eye out, make a note of where that eye is going to go, and embroider your eyelashes into that spot ahead of time. Okay. You're not going to have to deal with that stem. All right. Okay. Now you place your eye in, and then you would put your backing on, and you don't have that space that you had before. So that is hack number 1. Now hack number 2 is you just finished your project, be it embroidering this or at the end of a project, and now this yarn is too short for you to thread your needle and try to stretch it out. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you got to kind of like hang on to the ends and kind of like try to stretch it. You don't have to do that. Don't get frustrated because now your yarn isn't long enough. All you have to do is insert your needle first and have it come out wherever it is that you want it to come out. Then go ahead, even trim that up a little cleaner, and thread your needle. Leave the ends out just a little bit and pull that through. Perfect. And then you would snip those ends. And there you have it. Okay, so that's hack number 2. Put your needle in first, then thread it before you pull it through. Okay. Now hack number 3 is a very common thing. You know, most people at the end of a project, I went ahead and I was making this granny square for a pillow. And I need this to sew this together, but let's say that this is the end of the project. Most people, most crocheters, would end right there and just pull this through. Well, that isn't very secure. When you are at the end of your work, make sure that you chain 1 and then pull that through so that when you pull it tight, it's nice and secure. Then you can go ahead and you can weave in your ends. And the same thing goes for here. End of project, you end up having just this little tiny end left. You need to weave it in. You can either use a very tiny crochet hook and weave this underneath some stitches, grab a hold of your yarn and pull it through. Or again, you can use your needle, weave it through first ahead of time, then go ahead and thread your needle and then pull it through. So those are the 3 hacks that I have that I don't think that are covered very often in any hack or tip videos that you see. I think those are the 3 that are most left out that you're never told. So if you like this video, if you felt that it was helpful and that you learned something today, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell in case you want to be notified of upcoming videos. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Bye.